Should we start this thing? Buenas!
Buenas!
Buenas! This is
Chisme y Cafe.
Chisme y Cafe.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome. Immediately get a phone call.
Immediately. That's okay.
Immediately get interrupted.
That's the life we live.
So this episode is... Well, you have a story for us.
Yes, I think we should start all of our episodes with a little bit of our own chisme.
Yeah.
And I have a story from my book club. Welcome, everybody, to my crazy, fantastical stories that I hear from real life, everyday people that I actually meet.
Strap in.
Strap in. Strap in and strap in tight.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so during the holiday months, we had a smaller book club just because it's an outdoor event. It's like an outdoor brewery / cafe that our book club meets.
Yeah.
And it's usually a bunch of people, but because of the holidays, it gets smaller because people are doing other stuff, especially November, December timeframe.
Mm-hmm.
So I go with my coworker because I made her go with me to book club.
Nice.
She's a very big reader where I'm not so much. I'm trying to meet friends because I am an adult. And
You said,
friends.
I hate reading, but reading is good.
Reading is good, and I don't hate reading. I much rather listen to an audiobook.
Oh, yeah, I like audios. Yeah.
So I consider that reading because someone's reading to me.
What's better than what I do? I just listen to podcasts all day.
I listen to podcasts a lot too.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyway, so she gets there before me because I am chronically late. And she sits at the table with, it's just her and this one other guy. I go, oh my God, what happened? And she goes, I just felt bad. He was sitting all by himself. So I just felt bad for him.
Yeah.
She's a much nicer person than I ever would be. So
You'd be like, nah, I don't know you.
And then we talk about the book. The book was not that great. We move on to just like, what do you do? What are your hobbies? Do you live around here?
Just like small talk.
And he proceeds to tell us that he does live around the brewery. He goes like every day. Like he does something new at the brewery. Like he does like guitar lessons, open mic night, all kinds of stuff there. Yeah. To the point where I'm like, you're not that cool. Oh. He's not. He's not that cool to be like at a brewery all the time. Like it's a weird person to have as a regular.
And he goes alone.
He's single.
All the time. Okay.
So he then tells us, like, I said, oh, this is a really nice area to live in. Mm-hmm. You know, the beach is right there, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, yeah, there was just this one incident. And I was like, what?
Here we go.
He proceeds to tell us women that he was driving down his street, talking on the phone to his mom or aunt or whatever. And there was
probably an aunt. It has to be weird. It's not like you're talking to your mom. It's not normal. It has to be an aunt.
Yeah.
Just talking to someone random in the family.
And this lady's out with her thumb, hitchhiking. And he pulls over. I'm sorry. My coworker and I both looked at each other like, what? Only a man is going to pull over for a hitchhiker.
Women would never.
No, because it's a golden rule from the 70s. We don't pick up hitchhikers because you'll die.
You also shouldn't hitchhike, but...
Yes. So then he's picking up, like, hey, where do you want to go? Like, I'll drive you. It's not that big of a deal. Blah, blah. Okay. He's trying to be a nice Samaritan. And she's asking for a cigarette. He's like, I don't smoke. He's like, well, she's like, at least you have a light. And he goes, again, I don't smoke. So no.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, she won't tell him where she wants to go. And he's like trying to get it out of her. And then she goes, well, do you want to party? And he goes, what? No. It is like 10 a.m.
Oh, 10 a.m.
It is like 10 a.m.
Wait, that changes the context.
Because I asked him, I was like, when is this? This is like
11 p.m.
Yeah, you're driving home from like the brewery or whatever. And he goes, no, it's like before I go to work at 10 a.m. And I was like, oh my God.
Hitchhiking at 10 a.m. is kind of crazy work.
It is. Well, asking to party is code word for other things.
Yeah, to party.
Yeah. Wink, wink, everybody. And then he's like, no. And she goes, all right, well, just let me out here. They didn't go anywhere.
What, he just drove 2 blocks in the neighborhood?
I go, oh my God, it was a prostitute. It's a prostitute.
Oh my God.
So he picked up a prostitute.
This is the one story he tells the 2 girls in book club who he's never talked to before.
Correct.
Just so no other stories.
Correct.
Just the one story.
Correct. Okay. So whatever. We end book club. We go back, and I tell my coworker, and I said, I don't want to sit with him ever again. Please don't make that mistake ever. He goes, Anna, he was just by himself. I felt really bad that he was by himself. And I go, this is why he's by himself. If we get murdered, we know who it was.
Mistake number 1 is being nice. You don't owe being nice to anybody.
No. Be mean, be rude, stay alive.
Stay alive.
If you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. I don't want to plug someone else's podcast, but it's
okay.
Rule in someone else's podcast.
Yeah.
Which I follow wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So we go back next month because we meet once a month, and it's our regular table. Everyone's back from the holidays. It is now me and the 3 other girls and the 4 other girls I sit with, right?
Yeah.
And so then again, I am late. We talk. I get there. I'm always late. They always know. We get to the book club, and then we talk about the book. Whatever. Well, I'm not super impressed with the book club picks either.
Okay.
So I listen to these books, and then I have a lot of criticism, and then we move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I said to my coworker, I said, listen, tell them the story about the guy. And she goes, no. And I go, I'm going to. She goes, that's rude. And I go, they need to know. So I tell them the whole prostitution story, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the book club, you get, like, they do a drawing, and the person gets a free book.
Okay.
So he wins the free book.
So he goes up.
And everyone's like clapping, and I turn to my table and I go, that's the guy.
Okay.
And everyone goes,
okay. So he's walking past your table
yeah,
to go up to get his free book, and you over here,
that's him. That's the guy. I don't point like that, but I do one of these numbers.
That's sure. Okay, so you still point.
Yeah.
You don't go, hey guys, that's him over there.
No.
I
have no shame in my game.
He's very close to you, and he like looks over. He's like, wait, who? Me?
Everyone starts laughing. You can't help
the whole table then laughs at him.
It erupts in laughter.
Oh my God. That's very obvious.
You cannot tell a prostitution story. Not to be to 2 strangers and not think that stranger is going to go and tell everybody else.
And that being the only story you tell as well.
Yes.
That's crazy.
The only story that's going to stick in my mind.
Oh my God.
You are now the guy that picks up prostitution.
Okay, well, that's crazy. What's funnier to me is that you don't whisper.
No, I don't. Even if I do try to whisper, it's not.
So he definitely heard you calling him out.
Correct.
Probably.
Correct. He probably heard the whole story. I told him.
He probably heard you retelling it.
Yeah.
Okay. You think he was proud, being like, "Oh, she's talking about me."
So. I don't think that's the feeling people get when I tell a story about them.
What? Oh, the poor guy. Well, now I feel bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyway.
Shout out to my book club people.
Book club is fun. Join one if you are lonely and single, but please don't tell people about your prostitution stories while you're there.
A lot of people are married in my book club, so it's a good place to
just
meet
the
friends.
One single guy.
Just one single guy. So
that's that story is like the epitome of oversharing.
Yeah.
So,
it is. He overshared. He overshared with the wrong person too.
Because that person will also overshare with
everybody else.
Everyone else, yes.
Don't tell me something. And if you're going to tell me something you don't want anybody else to know, you need to prefix that hard to
I
me.
don't think they should tell you if they don't want anybody else to know.
And then, double check. Like, It's just probably not.
I just
be
don't
real vague about it.
I just don't think you would keep a secret.
No, I'm terrible at secrets.
You shout them out to the world.
Correct.
Because again, you don't whisper.
No. Whispering's for people with low self-esteem.
Oh my God. Okay, so I asked my friends if I overshare. Because I heard this story and I was like, dang, well, do I do that? And then someone turns around and talks about me. And so I asked my friends. I know, seriously. So I asked my friends, I was like, hey, do I overshare? And I just want to read you their responses because I love my friends. They're so sweet.
Yes.
Let me read to you what they said to me. They said, and give me a moment, I have to scroll. Okay. First friend says, I can't really recall a time where you overshared. I feel like everything you've ever said to me was meant to be shared in a safe space.
Oh my God.
Isn't he so
nice.
sweet? He's so sweet.
I don't have friends like that.
And then my other friend, she says, no such thing as oversharing. Which, if you have the right friends, is true. With you, I don't know.
With you? Say, I am a cautionary tale of, if you're going to share a story with me, it shall be known to the world. So, yeah.
It's like, well, maybe that's good for people who want to get their secrets out. They're like too scared. Maybe they should just call you. You should start that as a business.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me and then I'll call and I'll shout it out. Whoever you want. If you're too scared to tell someone something.
Oh, yeah. I'd be very good about that.
Yeah, you should do that.
Well, here's my problem is I would probably add things.
There's that one guy who does that. He has a YouTube channel. I don't know his name, but people pay him to call others and tell them like bad news or something.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Like if you don't want to date somebody.
I don't know. I think he does it all. Like anything.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah.
I feel like this. Overshare with who you want. You should never be ashamed of your stories or who you are.
That guy definitely wasn't.
What? Yeah. But I wouldn't tell a stranger that for a first story. But it makes a great story for me.
It's a great icebreaker, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But you know, there's also like, are you talking to people who share your humor or share your personality?
Maybe.
Because then
I think like it only like you could have definitely lied about saying no to the partying and that.
Oh, you think he lied?
Well, I don't know.
Because he said no?
You say no because like you're in public, right? Like it's not socially acceptable to.
I think there might be too many details to the story where I don't know that it's a lie. You know, like, she asked for this, and then she asked for
I watch too many like, competition shows like Survivor and Big Brother where people have the details. The problem with lying with details is you have to be detailed specific, but not too detailed. Because if you're too detailed, then it's a lie for sure.
That's true. Maybe you should quiz him next time. Be like, hey,
I'm not sitting with you again.
That's true. Well, I was gonna say,
like, banned him from our table. We're all done.
You
with
banned him?
Yes. I'm all done with that.
Fair.
I think it's plenty fair. We don't need prostitution whores in our midst.
Oh my God. I'm censoring you. Okay, well, I have 2 links from F My Life that I think they're related to hitchhiking.
Okay, great.
Let me read them to you, and then I'll have you to say
more opinions on my hitchhiking.
So then, so here's where you give your opinion. You say if you agree.
Okay.
I agree. What does it say? Oh, I agree. Your life sucks, or you deserve it.
Oh, all right, cool.
So you say either one. Okay. Today, I was taking a shower after basketball practice. When I got out of the shower, I thought no one was home, so I thought it might be fun to walk around the house completely naked. I walked downstairs, and my mom was eating dinner, along with 20 other members of her book club. Yeah. Oh, this one's book club. This one's not hitchhiking. How would you feel if someone came out in your book club?
Okay, first of all, this is why we do book club in a public place.
Yeah, true.
Okay, 1. 2, when you are young, never be ashamed of your body. Wait, you're too young to be ashamed of your body. Do you ever see Schitt's Creek? Moira
No,
Rose?
I've only seen like the write-off scene.
Okay. They say she there's this episode where she goes, "Oh, I can't find these naked pictures of me on the internet," and like that's what thought she was like being blackmailed for.
Uh-huh.
But then she can't find them, and she's like, "Where are my naked pictures?" And then she tells her daughter or something, "Take 1,000 naked pictures of yourself now and put them all over the internet." And that is how I feel, because if I can go back like 10 years from now, I would take 1,000 naked pictures of myself.
Okay.
I looked damn good.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You don't have a folder on your phone?
No.
I'm sure like everybody has that by now. I mean, a lot of people have like OFs anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And if I was younger and if it didn't have if I wasn't a parent, like I would definitely be doing that shit. Make your money now.
Talk about oversharing. Now your turn.
Yeah. I mean, no one wants to see it now.
But also, this is a son, I'm assuming, walking downstairs in his parents' house. So, like, his mom.
Yeah. How old are you? Also, like, I don't know.
Walking around your parents' house naked, I would never.
Your mom's book club is not my kind of book club because we're very loud and I make everybody laugh. So, you could have definitely heard us and not felt like you were home by yourself.
Oh my God. Okay, this one is related to hitchhiking. So this is a hitchhiking one. Today I picked up a hitchhiker. He was well dressed and seemed trustworthy. As soon as he got in, he pulled out a gun and stole my wallet and car. All of this occurred in front of a sign warning against picking up hitchhikers.
Yeah, you deserved it. I'm sorry. You don't pick up hitchhikers.
That's the moral of the story.
Rule from the 70s.
Like, don't pick up hitchhikers. Ted Bundy was the one picking up hitchhikers.
So we don't hitchhike?
Yeah.
And we don't pick up hitchhikers.
Right.
Like, no. Take a bus.
Do not do that.
Take a taxi. You got 2 feet. You can walk. Mm-hmm. If it's too far for you to walk, there's Uber, there's Lyft, there's ride-sharing apps now. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. The story.
Anytime I take an Uber, I still pull out my like maps and I make sure that we're going like the right way.
Yeah, I don't.
And sometimes I pretend like I'm on a phone call. One time I got in an Uber, leaving a bar to come home, mm-hmm. and this guy started going like a random ass way, mm-hmm. like way around, and I'm like, what the, like, where am I going? And I said something out loud. And I was like, oh, you're taking this way instead of going this, like, going straight down this road? And he goes, oh, yeah, because this way will take you around to this one, like, really main street. And it's just faster because the speed is 55 on that road. And I'm like, okay. Obviously, I'm alive. But still, it was weird. I questioned for a minute, and he was talking about his daughter. I think she was like in college, so like same age as me. Oh, so I was like, okay, I don't know. It got weird.
It is a creep.
That was here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was weird. And then another Uber. This was with friends, so I felt more safe. But they had like a hornet problem
in the car.
No, not in the car. No. Imagine. Yeah, so we're driving.
Sorry, wait a minute. There's a hornet problem in the like.
No, I'll be more clear.
Themselves at home or something.
My friends lived in a house. They were roommates.
Okay.
And they had at the house a hornet issue.
Okay.
And this Uber driver heard us talking about it.
Sure.
And then he proceeds to tell us all these ways to like kill the hornets and like filling up a gallon of gasoline.
Yeah.
And then dumping it in, like finding the nest and dumping it in the nest. And then something like, I don't know, it was weird. It was crazy.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One time, this happened pretty recently. I was invited to go out with some other parents that I know for someone's birthday. And so I met at their house, and then we got an Uber to the restaurant so we can drink and we can Uber back home.
Yeah. Because we are safe drivers here. We do not condone drunk driving.
Right. We don't drink and drive.
Do not drink and drive.
It's not good for anybody.
It's not worth it.
It's not. But I think our Uber driver was drunk.
Okay, great.
I
didn't know that's where the story was going.
We're going down this road. It's a windy road, and if I tell you, you would know exactly what road it is. And
yeah.
Very windy. It's a one in, one out kind of road, but they're doing a bunch of construction to make it wider.
Right.
And I don't know if he's never been down that road, but you can't go that fast. Like, you want to go fast because it's usually pretty empty.
Yeah.
But you can't because it's so windy and there's so much construction.
Usually on small, windy roads in our area, there's ditches on each side too, right?
Correct. And yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was going hella fast.
Oh my God.
The entire car. And there was a bunch of us in this car. And the entire car, we all looked at each other and we said, are we going to die? Because you're going super freaking fast.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah.
Of course you would.
The whole car was. I was not the only person.
Really?
Like, hey, can you slow down?
So what'd he do? What'd he say?
Nothing. He said nothing to us.
What?
He ignored us the whole time. We all looked at each other like, what are we doing? We're all responsible parents. We're all older, right?
I can't believe he ignored you.
I'm probably the youngest one in the group. Everyone else is in their 40s.
Right. And you're ignoring another.
And I'm in my 30s. And this guy is just straight ignoring us and like full speed down this road. And I was like, everyone's like, oh my God, we're like 3 inches away from death.
Well, you are.
We all had kids.
Yeah.
So it's
were you texting out your will?
No.
You're like, if I go. Did you share your location?
I always share my location. I always share my location with my parents.
Yeah.
And then I have my best friend I share my location with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my location with a couple friends.
Yeah.
And my in-laws.
But I will say my best friend never checks my location because sometimes
why?
I will
say,
that's
the whole purpose.
Can you meet me somewhere? Because like I don't want to be here alone by myself anymore. I need to like ditch.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, where are you? And I'm like, why do I even share my location?
They're like, find me, bitch. Find me.
Yeah.
Get the hint. Take the hint.
I was in North Carolina and I go, well, you need to check my location more. I could be kidnapped. And she called me. She goes, why do you text me this at 11 o'clock at night? Keep you on your toes.
Don't want to worry her some more. You're like, I just had a,
do I really
midnight
need to
thought.
Come get you? I was like, no, I'm fine. But I am making bad choices, so.
Oh my God.
Rock on.
You need to be safe out there.
Yeah, no, be safe out there. I was fine.
Yeah.
I was not.
Obviously, you're fine. You're here. But I was going to tell a story based off of that. Oh, I have some friends who recently moved to other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So my best friend is in Japan. And I don't check people's locations unless they like ask me. But my best friends, when I go and check like grandma's location, because she always gets lost around here.
Yeah.
I'll see my best friends and I always make sure she's okay. Like anytime. Because they're also 13 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So like when I am waking up in the morning, she's like partying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where is she? Is she safe? Who's she with? When's the last time she posted?
Yeah. That's funny.
So if she ever went missing, I'm probably the first person who would figure that out.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would go and find her like Liam Neeson. I'd be like, I don't know who you are, but I will find you.
I don't see you being mean to people like that.
If I had to.
I don't think so.
I'm a mean person behind their backs.
Yeah. I just think the difference between you and I, because you're mean. She's mean to me. Like I would always say, like
me.
Yeah.
Well, when we were growing up, probably.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I think it was funny because lots of people think I'm tough and like I can hold my own and like I'm pretty vocal and I can stand up for myself.
You can.
Yeah. But and then I tell people like, oh, I'm not even half as mean as my sister. My sister would make me cry.
You would make me cry. What are you talking about?
And then I think it's funny because now you look at it and like you're nice to people's faces, but a bitch behind their back.
Of course I am.
And I am a bitch to people's faces, but hella nice to them behind their back.
Why? Why do you, if you're already deciding not to be nice, there's no need to do it behind their back.
I think it makes me feel like a better person.
You're like you're like convincing other people that you're a good person.
Yeah,
So
probably.
Okay.
And myself.
And yourself. You're like, oh damn, I was really mean to them. Maybe I should say nice things about them now. To other people.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I used to be pretty mean and sarcastic growing up, but I think like college and stuff, I started being nicer and nicer. So I've become a better person.
Oh, that's nice. I think I've become a meaner person.
That's nice too.
Yeah.
I wish I was still mean. Like sometimes I think back and I'm like, where is my confidence about being mean? Like I want to be mean again.
My favorite is like it's like not objectively mean, but it is the mean girl one-off comments that really hit it home. My favorite story, I'll tell you my favorite story.
Yeah.
Is when my best friend and I were just becoming friends. Mm-hmm. We worked in an office together.
That's how me and my best friend started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the work bond trauma.
Yeah, you do.
It's unbreakable.
I think that's it.
I think so too. And this was before like we hung out. Like we were just becoming friends.
Yeah.
And I was saying like, oh, I want to go to this place. I want to go to this bar. We should go together. Mm-hmm. I heard good things. We're all like, the divorcees go. So like we got to get our gossip in. Right? Yeah. Like we're going to know people there and like we need to people watch it.
Okay.
And the other, I worked at a law office. So the other attorney that was there was a woman as well. And she goes, oh my God, I want to go with you guys. And without skipping a beat, I said, yeah, you can be our DD.
Wow.
And that's what my best friend did. She goes, but I impressed her with it because she's also a mean girl.
Oh,
but she is like you, where she is nicer to people's faces and mean behind their back. Yeah. Where I am mean to their face.
Oh my God. What'd she say? Did she still wanted to go?
Yeah. Because she's like, people like that want to, fit in.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Poor woman. Give her a chance.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. She wears a toe ring. And it's new. And she's older.
Well.
She has 2 kids. And you choose to put on a toe ring. We don't trust people like that. That is a choice that should never be made. If listen, if you're in your 30s and you got kids and you're not some weird aunt rocking around.
If you're not a hippie, I feel like if you're not a flower child.
Put on the toe ring.
Skip that. Skip that step.
Skip that one.
Skip that morning routine step.
It's not cute. It's weird. And I feel like it's a little bit of like a trashy thing to do.
Really? I tried a toe ring when I was a teenager. I could never.
A teenager is the perfect time to experiment with that. And then you take
I also tried to pierce my own belly button.
Yeah. Well.
As a teenager with just like a sewing needle.
Yeah.
And I did stick it all the way through.
Okay.
And then I didn't want Mom to find out.
Yeah.
So of course I didn't.
Yeah.
So
sounds about right.
So then we went to go get our nails done that day.
Me and you?
No, me and Mom.
Uh-huh.
So like the morning after I tried to because I had a sleepover with my friend and we both pierced our belly buttons with sewing needles, which are not even thick enough. So the next morning, friend leaves. I still have the needle in because I was like, I didn't have a belly button ring.
You weren't even prepared. No,
I didn't have
left a needle in your.
Yeah, so I didn't have a belly button ring.
Did you at least like burn it so it was like Not gonna get infected?
I can't remember that much detail into it, but I do remember I used ice to like numb my belly button, obviously. Of course, that's what you do right before you do an at-home piercing. You numb with ice. And then, so anyway, I had the sewing needle still in my belly button the next day because I was like, I don't want it to close up and I need to get a belly button ring. So to try to stick in there. So then Mom was like, let's go get our nails done. We went to get our nails done. I'm sitting in the chair with a needle, like scratching me. Like I'm moving, I'm like sitting, getting up and down, and it's like poking and like scratching me. And then I tried to later on stick the piercing in, but the needle's not thick enough because it's a sewing needle. So I could never get it in. And now I have a little scar there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I have never done an at-home piercing.
No?
No.
My friend?
I've never mutilated my body.
Oh, talking from. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, plenty of times.
No, I was not into that.
Well, my friend who I tried to do the belly button piercing with, she actually would pierce everybody's ears. She would give them like multiple piercings all the time, which is why we were like, oh, this would be fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You've never done that?
No.
Well, have you ever wanted a piercing?
Yeah. Oh. I wanted my belly button pierced.
Wait, didn't you have your nose pierced?
And I had my nose pierced.
Where is it?
It got taken out.
Oh, why?
Yeah. That's a story for a different day.
Oh, okay.
It's not a story for the podcast.
Oh, what? Did it get like snagged?
No, someone slapped me and it just busted in my nose, and I took it out to heal because it wouldn't stop bleeding. Yikes. And then it just closed up. So
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring that up. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna move past abuse.
No.
And go.
Yeah, you should. And,
I have my nose pierced.
Yeah.
On this side. It's the opposite side.
I have a new nose ring. I do want to get it, probably my other side, pierced at some point. For me, when I got my nose pierced, it was a big deal. It showed like I did it by myself. I was in a relationship I didn't want to be in anymore. And
you like pierce your own nose, or you like?
No, I
you just
go get it done.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because you just said you've never tried doing.
Yeah, I'm not. No, thanks.
Okay.
But it was just like an independence thing I had, and it felt good to do.
Mine felt like rebellious too, because I was working an office job that I still have, but piercings aren't allowed. Mm-hmm. And during COVID, when everybody had their masks, I had a thought, and I go, who's going to know?
Who's going to know?
Who's going to know? So how would they know? And also, I have a lot of freckles.
Yeah.
And on this side, I have a big brown one. Mm-hmm. So I thought if I got a brown stud, it blends in. And it did. It truly did for a little while. And nobody knew.
Small enough to like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's really small. Yeah. It's so subtle. And nobody knew for weeks. Mm-hmm. But then I work with family. So we went to a family dinner, take the mask off, and eating. I did not know my nose ring was sticking like out. So it wasn't like against my skin.
Correct. Yeah.
Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
And then grandma shouts out, announces to everybody, when did you get your nose pierced? And I'm like, oh, and I tuck it in and I'm like,
I will say that
months ago.
I don't think piercings are a big deal. I don't think piercings or how you look or how you dress actually affects how you do your job.
Oh, I don't either. No. And I still have the job. Yeah. So, yeah, that was like.
I do have a tattoo, though. I have 2 tattoos.
You do? I forgot about that. I tell people I have tattoos, and then they're so shocked. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I have like 12. And they're like, what? I lie. I don't have tattoos.
Okay. I have 2. One's pretty big. I sat in the chair for like 4 or 5 hours.
Dang.
And then the other one's really small. That took like 30 minutes.
How much did your tattoos cost?
I don't know how much my first tattoo cost. I did not pay for that one.
The small one?
Yeah, somebody else paid for it. So
Okay.
I think maybe that one was probably like $50.
That's cheap.
Yeah. And then you tip them.
Yeah, yeah.
So like if they quote like this one, he quoted me like $400 or $500.
That's still cheap.
And then
yeah, it's pretty big on your leg.
Me like $200, but you give them whatever they quoted you and then that's just their tip. So they get the $200 tip or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a lot. I thought tattoos like start like $600 for a good one.
I don't know. I went to one place and I really liked it, and I had two different artists, and I really liked both artists.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I haven't gotten a tattoo since that was in Colorado.
Those are it. Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't gotten a tattoo since I moved.
I don't have any tattoos. I don't think I would get them because every time I think I want a tattoo, then I'm like, it'd be there permanently.
That's correct.
So unless you laser, but then I'm like, why would I pay for a tattoo and then also pay for laser? I'm pretty cheap. So like, I'm not someone who's going to waste my money like that. On like, if I don't like it, I have to laser it. That's a lot of money.
I am a big advocate of just get one of those lick and stick tattoos.
You know, they have temporary like 6-month tattoos now, but a lot of people are like, it's been on there way more than 6 months.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But like Amazon has like some cool like
yeah,
just get
2-week ones, because people put those on their face and then they stay for longer than 2 weeks.
I want to put it on my face. Like neck up. Maybe double think about it.
Yeah, like,
you know. Yeah. But like neck down, like go for it. Okay. Get the lick and stick.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
Yeah,
I'll just draw on myself.
Yeah, do that too. I don't care. I don't judge people with tattoos or without tattoos.
Yeah,
I will judge you if you have a face tattoo. What were you thinking? Why would you put that on your face? Also, I feel like your face, it's a very sensitive part of your body. That would really hurt. Probably.
Yeah. I've heard the neck hurts a lot.
Yeah, I don't have a neck tattoo, so I don't know. Mine's on my thigh, and then mine's on like my back hip.
Tramp stamp.
Catty corner tramp stamp.
That's the difference.
Tramp stamp adjacent. Close, but not yet.
Are you gonna get one?
Tramp stamp?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I think they're coming back.
Yeah, probably not for me. I do want more tattoos. I just
do you?
Yeah, I'm not.
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
Where?
I don't know.
Okay, no. So you have not thought about it at all. You're just like,
I want it.
Tattoo.
Yes. Tattoo, yes. When, where, what? I don't know.
Nothing. Okay.
TBD. Yeah.
Okay. I got my nose pierced in a tattoo studio.
Yes.
The guy was super nice. Yeah, he was very clean. He was really nice. And
if I were to go get my ears pierced again,
I would definitely go to a tattoo parlor.
I would go to a tattoo
or a piercer.
I would not go to anybody in the mall. Those guns do not be cleaned or taken apart, and that's a big problem.
That's nasty. Yeah, yes. I would not do it by a piercing gun. I would definitely go to another piercer.
Yeah, do some. If you're gonna go get something pierced or tattooed, do your homework. Go check out the place. I interviewed my tattooer before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a tattoo, yeah.
Go talk to them.
I got a day of. I walked in there and was like,
I mean, I did too, this? But like,
yeah.
I got my nose, and it was the same tattoo parlor I got my tattoos done. Oh. So like, I knew the people there. You guys can go and hang out in a tattoo parlor and not get anything done. You get the vibe, you get a good sense of people, and then you see how they clean things. Go in for an hour, hang out, and then leave, and then make up your mind. Nothing has to be done today.
You're like that single guy in book club that just goes to the brewery every day to hang out. Go to a tattoo parlor just to hang out every day.
That might be annoying because you're not paying for your service.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but like if you're trying to make a decision, I think it's one thing. Mm-hmm. But don't be weird about it.
Don't be weird about it.
I listened to this podcast and she said I could be weird. Like, no, don't do that.
Please don't loom over the tattoo artist while they work on someone else.
Yeah.
That'd be creepy.
I did interview my person while he was tattooing somebody else.
What? Did he just say, yeah, come on back, ask me questions?
Yeah.
Oh.
He asked what I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
made some suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, no, I agree with you.
Did he have like a book for a portfolio?
Yeah, but they had that in the front.
Oh.
Like there's like
where
a
you hung
register.
out every Wednesday?
Yeah.
You
Not
just
hanging out.
just flipping through the book.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I think we should wrap up there unless you had another book club story.
No.
Hitchhiking story.
No.
Okay. I think we'll wrap up there. And then we'll do episode 2 because this is a makeup of episode 1.
Yes.
So
well, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for joining.
And we hope to see you again soon.
See ya.